Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer and welcome to a new playthrough video. Today I'm going to be playing Frostgrave solo. I am playing through the first, the 20 scenarios in the core rulebook. I've modified the game a little bit just to make it a little, I won't say easier, but since I am playing solo and I don't have an opponent, I sort of have to throw some bad guys at myself. So what I've been doing is I've been rolling up a set of starting enemies at the other three edges of the map. And then at the end of each turn, I roll a d20, and on a 10 or higher, a wandering monster appears. And then I roll to see which corner it appears at. Today I'm playing the Keep. I got to get my heroes set up. But the basic idea is I've got 3 treasures out here. There are 4 pads. This one, that one, that one, and that one. In the rules, they say these are circular, but I didn't have anything that really fit this theme, so I'm going with the square ones. Anytime a character, one of your adventurers or your heroes, lands on a spot, it says whenever a figure ends its move. So that includes creatures. It should roll a die. On a 1 to 5, the figure will be transported to the disc to its left. On a 6 to 10, directly opposite. On an 11-15, to its right. And on a 16 to 20, it stays where it is. So that's going to make it kind of interesting to try and grab these treasures. Because once you step on the pad, it's very possible you'll be teleported elsewhere. So, that's that. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to roll up the starting creatures. Now, what I've been doing is based on my level. My hero, my wizard, is now level 17. So I've been rolling on the level 2 encounters on page 177. Once he makes level 20, I'll start rolling on the 3rd column because they get progressively more difficult. So over on this edge, we're going to place a 12, which is an ice spider. And what I'll do is I've been rolling this and dividing by 2. So 1 ice spider. Let's just make it interesting. Let's bump it up to 2. We'll put 2 ice spiders over there. Number 6 is a ghoul. Will be down there. How many ghouls? 1. That's fair. That's fine with me. And for this 3rd one, 20, which is a werewolf. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab those minis, get them placed, get my warband set up the way I want it to be, and then I will get playing this encounter and see if I can get those treasures off before I get overwhelmed with bad guys. I'll be right back. All right, I've got everything set up the way I want it. Got my warband configured. I've got 2 ice spiders over there, 2 ghouls up there, and a werewolf over here. Before I get going, it is now... All right, so one reminder, it goes wizard phase, apprentice phase, creature phase, then soldier phase. That's the change with the solo rules. And I got that from the Perilous, I can't remember what the expansion book recommended or uses that as the phase order for solo gameplay. All right, let's get going. So on the first all of my, I'm going to group activate. So all of my my wizard and everybody with him is going to move 6, and then the wizard's probably going to cast a spell, and I'm going to keep them together. He is going to cast enchant weapon on the man-at-arms. So he needs to roll a, where's my other die? Oh, come on. It's always, there it is. He is going to cast enchant weapon. He needs an 8. I rolled an 8. So the blue lizard is now, I write out a star next to, some of these guys have permanent magic weapons. This one's temporary. So that knocks him up to a +4 fight, +1 hand weapon, and I think that is it. I'm not going to have them double move. Not just yet. All right, so on the apprentice's turn, same thing. I want him to move his full 6. He's going to move here. And then the rest of these guys will just surround him like that. And he is going to cast enchant weapon on his man-at-arms. He needs a 10. I got a 2, so he fails it. And by the way, I am tracking successful spells with a green token and failed ones with a red token, because you get XP for cast spells, whether they fail or cast. You get 10 if it's successful, 5 if it's not. Now, he missed it by he rolled a 2, he needed a 10, he missed it by 8. And if you miss the roll by 8 points, the damage, I believe, is 1 damage. So my my apprentice is down to 17. All right, that is that's the end of the apprentice's turn. It is now the creature phase. So the creatures pretty much can see, maybe not the spiders. The werewolf can definitely see, and the werewolf can move 7. So he's going to make a beeline at me. He can move 7, and then he will move 3.5, which will put him right there. So he's coming. The 2 ghouls can move. Where are the ghouls? Ghouls can move 6, so they'll move 6 plus 2 or 3, which is 9, and they're going to go straight. They're going to come straight out. I wonder if they know. You know what? Let's have some fun. They're going to come straight at me. So he goes 6, and then when he comes on here, he's going to teleport depending on the D20. So let's see what I roll. So I rolled a 2, which I believe is to the left. To the left. All right, so he goes over here, and then he will move another 2 inches, and he's right there. So this one right here will move 6, and then when he steps on it, he is going to go 18. He stays, or is that a 6? That's an 18. He stays put. So this is going to be interesting. All right, now it is the spider's turn. Can the spiders? The spiders cannot see me, so there's a chance they're going to move. Well, not a chance. They'll move randomly. And what I do is I roll a yellow die, and the arrow tells me the direction they're going to go. When they hit a wall or the border, they just continue like sliding along that route. So they're going to go this way. They move. Ice spiders go 4. So they go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're following the wall. But now they probably will see me on the next turn. Now it is my knight and my barbarian's turn to go. The knight can move, I believe, 6, and the barbarian can also move 6. So I'm going to just send them. I'm going to send them straight up. So if they move 6, that puts them right here. Now, we don't know about these special pads, so I'm going to have them trigger it. So the knight moves 6, 7. And he will get teleported 2 to the left. So he is here. That worked. The barbarian will step on it, and I roll a 17. So he stays put. So right now, everybody thinks if you step on it, you get teleported left, because this one got teleported left. All right. That was interesting. So he cannot pick up the treasure because he double moved to get on the pad. So I'm just gonna leave him where he is. But on his next turn, he can grab that treasure, which that worked out for me. All right, that is the end of the soldier phase. It is now time to see if a wandering creature shows. I rolled a natural 1, so 1 does not, and now it is my wizard's turn. The wizard sees that werewolf. I'm going to cast Elemental Bolt. I have to roll a 7 to be able to fire it. I rolled a 6. I will take a point of damage just to be able to make that spell successful. But now I have to roll to hit him. The werewolf is plus 4. And I'm doing a +7 shooting attack. So red die is mine, yellow is the enemy. +7 versus +4. I rolled a 14 to it 6. So I win, but I add my 7, which is 21 21 versus his armor of 11 is 10 points. His health is 12, so he is down to 2 health, and he is wounded, so he can only take 1 action on his next turn if he gets it. I'm hoping to be able to shoot him before I have to worry about that. The wizard's going to stay where he is. The ranger is going to shoot. He is +1, so he's a +3 shoot versus no modifier. He's wounded, so he doesn't get his... I'm pretty sure, I'm going to double check that, but I'm pretty sure that when you're wounded, you do not get, you don't get your modifiers. Let me just double check that. Damage, here we go. Wounded. Now this is an optional rule, it's on page 60. When any figure is reduced to 4 health or less, and I've been playing this way, regardless of certain, they're considered wounded. Wounded figures are reduced to a single action. This one action can be any figure. Wounded figures also suffer a -2 to all die rolls. Okay, that's what I was wrong about. -2 to all die rolls. Okay, so I'll have to remember that. I thought it was they didn't get any modifiers, so it's -2. But I've been applying the same rule to myself, so we'll try to remember that. -2. So the werewolf is now, he's normally +4, so he's at +2. And my bow guy is +3 to shoot. I rolled a 9 to its 11. 9 + 3 is 12. 11 + 2 is 13. So he wins that one. So the bow guy does not make it. I will have the man-at-arms move forward just a little bit. And I'm going to have the bowman move. Well, no, I want him to shoot. And I'm going to have the blue guy, the lizard, is the man-at-arms, and the, what is this guy? An infantryman. They are going to move up, ready to engage the werewolf when he moves closer, if he moves closer. All right, it is now time for the apprentice. The apprentice sees the werewolf. He will try and cast Elemental Bolt. He needs a 9 or higher. I rolled an 18, so he gets +7 shooting attack versus +2 for the werewolf. I rolled a 13 to its 6. I win. 13 + 7 is 20. 20 - 11, that's more than enough to kill the werewolf. Oh, the werewolf is dead. What I do to track that is I place a blue token in here to indicate how many creatures I've killed. And I get a green one because he successfully cast Elemental Bolt. Since he's group activating, he's going to order the ranger here to shoot at the ghoul. He is also +3. The ghoul is +2. So +3 +2. Actually, can he see him? No, he's in cover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move him up. Now he's just +2 to shoot because he moved. He's +2 versus +2. I rolled a 19 to its 4. 19 + 2 is 21 versus the ghoul's armor of 10 is 12. It only has 10 health, so that ghoul goes down. All right, the last two guys, I'm going to have them, they're going to run. So actually, I'm going to have him step on it and see what happens. I rolled a 5. I think that means it goes to the left. Yep. So he gets teleported to the left, and he will go, so if I put him there, so he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's going for the top treasure. All right, the turban guy will go 1, 2. Let's see where he gets teleported. 14, which is to the right. Okay, so he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He double moved. So he's up there with this guy looking at that ghoul. They move it. So that is it for the apprentice phase. Now it is the creature phase. The ice spiders definitely see me now, so they will move. The ice spiders move. You know what? I moved them 4 earlier. I was looking at ice toad. Ice spiders would have moved 2 more inches. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now they're going to move 6. They see the They see the knight, so they'll move 6 and 3. They're gunning for the knight. And the ghoul will immediately head up. Since he didn't trigger this, he can move off it. He moves 6 plus 3 is 9. He can get all the way up here and engage. So who's he going to engage? I'll do this. I'll roll a d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I rolled a 6, so he will come. He's going to engage this guy right here. But since he double moved, he can't do much. All right, that is it for the creatures. 2 spiders, yeah, because I already killed 1 ghoul. All right, it is now the soldier phase. These 2 activated on the apprentice phase. So the only 2 left are the knight and the barbarian. So the barbarian, since he didn't trigger it, he's going to go for this treasure. So he can move 6 plus 3 is 9. He can move right there. And that is all he can do. The knight, you know, I'm going to pick the treasure up. And then I'm going to move. He moves half his distance. So he moves normally 6. He can only move 3. He's going to move this way. He'll move 3 right there. The spiders are going to attack him, but hopefully my archer will be able to take one of them out before they get the chance. That is the end of the soldier phase. It is now the random creature. Let's see if a random creature shows up. 15, yes it does. Anything 10 or over. So let me roll to see what shows. First, it is a 5. Which is a bear. All right, where does it show? So here's how this works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I rolled a 2. So the bear is going to appear over here. Let me get it. This will stand in. This dog will stand in for the bear. All right. That is all I can do for that turn. It is now the wizard phase. All right, so the wizard, I could cast telekinesis on that treasure and get it off there. That's what I'm going to do. Telekinesis, he can cast that on a 10 or higher. He's going to cast it. I rolled a 3, so he failed the telekinesis, so not good. All right, so since he moved... he cast a spell. He can't do anything, so I'm going to have him move up high here. 1, 2, yeah, he can get up here. Just so he can have a better look at the over thing. All right, so on his turn, he will group activate. So can this guy see that spider? Yeah, not really, but this guy's going to move up here with the wizard, and now he can see that 1 spider. Oh, yeah. And he will fire. He's normally +3, but he's +2 because he moved. +2 versus the spiders +1. I got an 18 to its 13. So 18 plus 2 is 20. 20 versus the spider's armor of 8. And it's only got 4 health, so that spider is toast. All right. And... these 2 guys will move to help. So they can double move, which is 9. That will get them... oops. That will get them... let's get him to here. That is 7. And then 2. 1, 2. He's almost up to the bad guy here. And the other one will stay with the... he can move 9. He'll move up here with the barbarian. Now it's the wizard's turn. The wizard has no one within range to group activate, so all he can do is try and hit this spider. So he's going to move up. 2, 3, 4. So he moved up. He can see the spider. Oh, he can see the bear too. I'm going to shoot the bear. I don't have any stats on the bear yet, so let me go get those. So the bear, let me write these down. The bear is 6 move +4 fight, +0 shoot, 12 armor, 0 will, and 14 health. All right. Hold on just one second. All right, he's going to shoot the bear. So he needs to roll a 10 or higher or 9 elemental bolt. 9. I thought it was a 10. He needs to roll a 9 or higher. I rolled a 15. +7 shoot versus the +4 fight. I rolled a 3 to its 18. That bear dodges that bolt like nothing else. So it was a successful spell cast, but it just missed. All right, that is all for the apprentice phase. Now it's the creature phase. This one will move to attack the knight. The bear can move, what did I say, 6? 6. He sees the wizard that just shot at him, so he's going to make a beeline, which 6 would put him here, 7, 8, 9. He's coming up the stairs, and the ghoul will attack Turban guy here. All right, so the spider. Spider is +1 fight versus +3. +3. I thought I cast successfully on this. I did not. So he's just +3 +1. I rolled a 3 to its 19, which is not good because a 19 +1 is 20, and Turban's health is 12, so 8 damage, and he is down to 4 health and wounded. And I believe he is poisoned. Let me double check that. The spiders are poisonous, and if they attack, attacks from this creature are venomous and deal poison damage. I'll have to look the rules up for that. I cannot recall what poison damage is. Let's take a look. Poison, page 60. A figure that is poisoned or takes at least 1 point of damage is reduced to a single action per activation. It can be anything. It does not have to be movement. A figure can only be cured if they receive any form of healing that increases the figure's health. Poison lasts until the end of the scenario. A figure may only be poisoned once. Okay, so he's just down to 1 action. But he's wounded, so that was, yeah, there you go. All right, so he is wounded. Oh, you know what? Sorry, that was here. My knight. Oh, you know what? I was looking at Turban. The spider hit the knight. Well, it still hit. The knight is, the knight is armor 10, health 10. Guess what? My knight is down. He took 10 points. Man, that poison really knocked him out. And the treasure is left sitting there. All right, the ghoul. The ghoul will attack. The ghoul is +2, and Turban is +3. The knight, by the way, was +2 to fight, so he would have lost anyway. All right, +3 versus +2, right? +3 versus +2. All right, I rolled a 13 to its 1. 13 +2 is, oh no, he's +3. 13. That's 16. Versus Ghoul's armor of 10 is 6 points of damage. He's got a health of 10, so he's down to 6 health. Is that right? No, hold on. He's down to 4. He's wounded, and he's down to 4. All right. 4 and also wounded. And spider, the bear moves. So that is it for the creature phase. It is now the soldier phase. All right. So soldiers, this one will come around here, and he gets the +2 with the turban, so he is +3. He's +5 versus +2. I got a natural 20. 20 +5 is 25 versus 10. That's more than enough to kill the ghoul. So the ghoul is down. I get a blue token for that. All right, nice job on that one. He moved, he fought, so he's done. Since Turban is not injured, I'm going to have him pick up the treasure, and he can move 6, so he can move 3, which is right down to the bottom of the stairs, just barely off. Just put him right there on the stairs. He's almost off the stairs. These two guys. All right, this is not going to be good. All right, so Barbarian will move 1, 2. What happens when he steps on it? 8. I think that means he goes to the... Let's see. 8 means he goes directly opposite. Right where the spider is. All right, so he moved 1, 2... So he's going to hit that spider. He can attack it since he's right there. And the rules say you can put the figure anywhere you want. So I'm putting him right there next to the spider. So the barbarian is... Barbarian is +5. I gave him... He was normally +4, and he has a +1 magic hand weapon. So he's +5 versus the spider's +1. I rolled an 8 to its 7. I win. 8 plus 5 is 13. 13 versus its armor of 8. 13 is 5. It only has 4 health. So that spider is toast. And he'll be able to get that treasure on his next turn. All right. So the only thing left is to move this guy. He steps on. Let's see what happens to him. A 7, which also means he transports to the opposite side, if I remember right. 6 to 10 is directly opposite. So, so he's over here. All right. That's fine. Okay, that is it for the soldier phase. It is now time to see if a wandering creature shows. 3. It does not. It is now the wizard phase. The wizard is going to cast telekinesis to get this treasure off of there. He needs a, what did I say? Telekinesis. He needs a 10. I rolled a 17. He can move it 6 inches. So he's going to move it 6 inches to right there. And hopefully this guy will go get it and get it out of here. All right. The ranger can see the bear. He will shoot. He is +3. The bear is +4. I rolled a 10 to its 17. This bear is a magical arrow-dodging creature. Crazy. All right. That is it for the wizard phase. And by the way, he casts successful, so he gets a green. The apprentice will cast elemental bolt. He needs a 12. No. Elemental bolt. He needs a 9. I rolled a 3. You know what? I'm going to take 6 points of damage because my apprentice is not going to... He's down to 11 health, but he did successfully cast the spell. He's +7 versus +4. And I got a 16 to its 9, so I win. 16 plus 7 is 23. The bear's armor is 12, which is 9 points of damage. He's down to 5 health. Not wounded. After the apprentice fires, he will move back. He's going to move behind the column to hide from the bear. And I'm going to let this ranger is going to fire. He's +3 shoot versus +4. He really needs to kill this bear. And I rolled an 8 to its 4. 8 plus 3 is 11. However, the bear's armor is 12, so no damage gets through. He will move. He's going to taunt. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. Right there. And hopefully the bear will the bear will go right at him. All right. That's the apprentice phase. Creature phase. The only thing I got on the map is the bear. So the bear will move its full 6 towards this guy. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then he's not quite there, but he will engage my guy for the next round of combat. I really didn't. Now I'm questioning whether I should have done that. But then he would have come up here and spotted my apprentice, and that could have been bad. So, that was all right. It is now the soldier phase. All right. So here's what's going to happen. This guy right here is going to move 8. He cannot pick it up this turn because he double moved. This guy is going to move 9. So that's 4. Yeah, he'll move right here. He's going to move 1 and pick it up. He's going to move here to guard him. And that is all the soldier phase can do. It is now the end of the turn. Does a wandering creature appear? Yes, it does. What appears? 10. 10 is 2 ice spiders. Where do they appear? 16. They appear over here. 2 ice spiders appear right here. All right. It is now the wizard phase. The wizard cannot shoot into combat, so he can't do anything there. What he can do... is push. The target moves one direction. Okay, for every point of damage. If the push target. Okay, if this spell is cast, if the target is, the spell can push a figure out of combat, and as it is not a shooting attack, the target is not randomized. All right, so I'm going to cast push on the bear. I need to roll a 12. I rolled a natural 20, so I get to. It says. So I cast it. The target suffers an immediate +10 attack. Okay, so I get to roll this +10. The bear is +4. I rolled a 12 to 5. 12 plus 10 is 22. It says instead of taking damage, it's moved 1 inch away from the spellcaster for every point of damage, up to the edge of the table. So unfortunately, it's going to hit here, right? But that's fine. It shoves the bear up against this wall, and I get a successful spellcast for that. All right, that buys me a little time. Now what it buys me is the archer, or the ranger here, can take a shot. He's +3 versus +4. I rolled a 14 to its 11. 14 plus 3 is 17. 17 versus an armor of 12 is 5, which is enough to kill the bear. All right. That is all the wizard can do on his phase. The apprentice. The apprentice will cast heal on himself. He needs to roll an 11. I rolled a 6. He missed by 5, which means I believe he takes a point of damage. If you miss by 5, you do. He takes a point of damage. So he's down to 10. And he gets a failed spell shot, but that's okay. Those count. And then he's going to move. He will move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Oh, the spiders! I forgot about the spiders. He's going to stay up there. Well, the good news is that spider is 6, 6. They're both going to target him because it would take more to get up here to my wizard and apprentice. So the spiders on the creature phase, the 2 spiders will move and engage my ranger. They get a bonus of +2 because there's 2 of them. Well, actually, the first one moves and will attack. The second one will get the bonus. So the first one will move. Ice spiders are +1. He's +2 to fight. +2 versus +1. I rolled a natural 1 to its 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. His armor is 11, so that does not get through. This one rushes forward and tries to bite. You know what? I forgot just a minute ago. The barbarian is poisoned, isn't he? No, the knight was poisoned. He got taken out. Never mind. So this one will attack. Now he's +3 to my +2. I rolled a 12 to its 17. 17 plus 3 is 20. 20 versus his armor of 11 is 9. He's down to 3 health, and he's wounded. That was not what I was wanting. All right, it is now the soldier phase. This guy can double move. He is movement 6. 6 plus 3 is 9, and he can move half of that, so he can move 4.5, which puts him right here. The barbarian can move 4.5 as well. And I'm going to send this guy with him. And this guy is going to go... He can move 6. And he's going to stay put. All right. That is it for the soldier phase. It is now time to roll for a wandering creature. What appears? 2, nothing. Excellent. All right. Wizard. the wizard will cast heal on my ranger. He needs to roll an 11. I rolled a 15, so he's +5. So he goes from, what did I say? He got hit, didn't he? Oh, he's down to 3 hit points. That's what I said. 3, and now he's back up to 8, and that's Green Cloak. All right, so he's no longer wounded, so he gets 2 actions. So that was good. The heal was good. He cannot fire into combat. He could, but if he hits him, he's dead. So he's up to 8. Shoot. Well, it's not worth the risk. You know what he can do? He can go down. No. He's okay. Not going to do anything. The apprentice will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He will cast push to try the same thing. Push. He needs a 14. I rolled a 15. Now it's a +10 shooting attack. Plus 10 versus +1. I got a 20 to its 13. 20 is more than enough to move this spider like 20. What did I say? 20 inches. His armor is, ice spider's armor is 8. So 28, 12 inches, which puts him all the way over here. So now he only has to deal with 1 spider, and that was a successful cast. And the wizard cast heal, so that was a successful one. All right, that's all the apprentice can do. The spider will attack. He's +1 to my +2. I rolled a 19 to its 20. 20 is definitely going to kill the spider. 20 versus 8, yeah. So he killed a spider. And this spider will attack this guy since he's the closest. So he has to drop the treasure. He is +3 to +1. Oops. +3, +1. I rolled a natural 1. 14 is going to beat my armor of 11, so he loses 3. He's down to 7 health. And he's poisoned. So he's poisoned, so he can only take 1 action. All right, now it is the soldier phase. This guy is going to run up and attack the spider. He gets +2 because he's got an ally. Cloak is +3, so he's +5 versus +1. I rolled a natural 1 to its 17. 17 versus its armor of 12 is 5. So he's down to 7 as well. Woo, man. All right, so that didn't go well. This guy will fight. He's +3, he's +5 to +1. There you go. 23 to 18. 23 is definitely enough to kill it, but not enough to get them off the map. All right, these two. 4.5 puts him right there, and he will guard. This guy can move 1 and then 3.5, and then they just went, so they're done. All right, that's all I got. Let's roll for a wandering creature. A 10 will do it. Let's see what shows up. A 13. 13 is 2 wolves. Where do they appear? Hopefully way over there. I rolled a 5, which is over here, which is not good. 2 wolves appear right here, but thankfully he's going to be able to get off, and both of them will. Well, no, because they'll move in the creature phase, won't they, before the soldier phase. So anyway, all right, so now it is the wizard's turn. Wizard can see one of those wolves. Oh, yeah, he can see both. So I'm going to take a shot at one of them. Elemental Bolt, he needs to roll a 7. I rolled a 5. I will take 2 health points. He's down to 17 to make that a success. He now gets a +7 versus the wolf, which is +7, and the wolf is, where's the wolf? The wolf is +1. +7 versus +1. I rolled an 11 to its 11, but my +7 takes it up to an 18. 18 versus its armor of 10. It only has 6 health, so he takes 1 out. That's good. And he's going to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to tell this guy to shoot at that other one. He's +3 to +1. I rolled a 15 to its 7. That's 15 plus 3 is 18. 18 versus its armor of 18. So that's enough to kill it as well. That's another creature gone. That is it. So it is now the... There's 4.5. If he runs directly off, he will get off with a treasure. He's going to run off. This guy can go 4.5, which is off the table. And these two guys, this guy can pick up the treasure and then move 4.5, which puts him right there. This guy will go ahead and leave just to be safe. This guy can move 9, so he's going to run off. This guy will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that is all. Oh, no, he can't do that because he activated on the wizard's turn. All right, that is it for the... That's it for the soldier phase. Let's see if a creature shows up. It does not. So, on the very next turn, he will leave. Wizard will leave. Apprentice will leave. This guy can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 7, 8, 9, he can get off as well. And that is that. That was that. All 3 treasures recovered. The little trick here wasn't as bad as I thought it could have been. But, yeah, that was fun. All right, I'm going to take a real quick break. I'll be right back to do the post-game roll-ups. All right, time for the post-game roll-ups. Let's see. I lost the Knight, a very expensive warband member. Let's go to page... Let me see. Page... It's for the... Here we go. Let's see what happened to him. So I'm going to page 74, Injury and Death. Under the soldiers, you roll a d20, and I really want to roll high here. I rolled a 9, which is full recovery. All right, so no worries there. So the Knight full recovered. Okay, next is XP. Let's figure out how much I got. Okay, so you get 5. Well, let's throw these out here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, I got 9 killed creatures, 3 failed, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 successful. I should have an even number, but you know what? I think my apprentice didn't cast a spell on the last one, so that's okay. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 successful times 10 is 100 XP for success. And then 5 times 3 is 15 for failed spells. Plus 40 for the wizard participating, which I always find hilarious. 40 for each treasure. I get 120 XP for 3 treasures. And then 5 for each uncontrolled. What did I say? 9. So that's 45 XP for creatures. That is a total of 100, 160, 200, 320. And I can only take 300 max, so I will be able to max out this guy at level 20 today. He will increase his... Well, we'll figure that out. I'm not sure what to do now. I can increase his fight, shoot, will, or health. I've already maxed his health out. His fight, I can bump it up to +4, +5. So that's 100. I can spend 100 to lower the cost of a spell. I'm going to lower... heal. Or do I want to... telekinesis might be good. Let's do heal. I'm going to do heal down to 10 and 12. And that's all I can do. I don't have any new spell to learn. I do have a couple post-game rolls. I need to do the home base library. You roll a d20. On a 15 or 18, I find a scroll. On a 19 or 20, I get a grimoire. And I rolled an 18, so I get a scroll. And I also have 3 treasure rolls. So let's go see. And then also I have an embed. I have something called embed enchantment, which I can try to make permanent. So I'm going to have the wizard cast it. He needs a 14, and I'm going to cast that on the blue lizard's weapon. and I rolled a 10, which is a fail, so he did not cast it. The apprentice can roll a 16 to try the exact same thing, and rolled an 18. So I will make that a permanent. All right, nice. So I did a +1 weapon, +1 fight on the lizard, permanent. All right. And then lastly is the 3 treasure rolls. This is on page 85. The first one is a 5, which is 40 gold and 2 potions. The second treasure is an 11, which is a magic item. And the third one is a 17, which is 60 gold and a grimoire. All right, so I got a bunch of things to roll for. So let's do the 2 potions first. This is on page 86. The first one is a 12, which is a potion of Iron Mind. And the second one is 1, a potion of healing. Okay. All right, the magic item, which is on page... Well, let's do the scroll. The scroll and grimoire are on page 95. So what you do is you roll 1 dice for the column and 1 for the row. So the red dice is for the row. That's a 9, all right. And the yellow, a 9 and an 8, is telekinesis. Well, that's good because I can... That's the scroll. All right, the grimoire is the same thing. You roll in the same chamber. So red for row, 10, okay, and then yellow is 6. Draining word. The grimoire is draining word. All right, and then the last one is that single magic item, which is on page 98. You just roll a d20. I rolled a 2, which is a +1 fight hand weapon. All right, +1 fight single weapon. I'll give that to somebody else. So I think all my guys are pretty much loaded up, most of them with a magic item. All right, that is all I've got. I'll clean up my roster sheet and make it available as a download. You should be able to find the link in the video description below this video. That's all for this week's Frostgrave game. I'll be back next Friday with another game of solo Frostgrave. Until then, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me, and take care.